One of the most common questions I get asked is, do you do online readings? Yes, the answer is yes. And normally I would just put there, go to my website, gives my website address, and no one actually goes to my website. No one does anything. Or they'll private message me and ask me, can I get a personal reading? And I'll say, yes, go to my website. All the details are there, and still nothing happens. So I'm going to address that here, give you the information. I do this full time. It's not a part-time job. It's not a hobby. I've been doing it for many, many, many years. What goes on in my brain is I am clairvoyant. So do not use tarot cards. I don't use any kind of tools. I use visions that I see in my mind. So I get people to send me a photo of themselves, and from that photo I read your energy. Now, the first thing that I start to pick up is generally how you're feeling at the moment. So your energy is giving me a sense of whether you're very, very bubbly and everything's going along well. And the reading that you're asking for is basically curiosity. You're not going to literally take it word for word. You're just curious as to what I can see ahead for yourself. So there's those type of people that want that kind of reading. Then there's other people that are actually in such a predicament at the moment. They want to have visions of if they're going to get out of it. So somebody will actually ask me questions. So that you can either have a prediction reading, which is just random stuff, or you can ask specific questions. Now, somebody might be in a position of, I have to get out of a rental property at the moment. I don't know where I'm going to go. Can you see how this is going to unfold? Now, what happens in my head is I start seeing visions of houses, of apartments, of places. And with that, I have to get a feeling. So I can't do the timing exactly, but I'll get a feeling like somebody's going to change their mind and you will get to stay where you are for a little bit longer, which will give you some breathing space to then find another place. And then I can describe whether I see a house or an apartment or a share house or an annex or a tiny home. Like, I will get a vision in my mind of what the place looks like. I don't always get the exact step by step. That's up to you. But what Spirit is showing is an outcome. And the outcome is to give you the relief that this is going to work out. Same with somebody might ask me about relationships. I've just broken up in a relationship that I've been with, for 15 years. Is this the right decision? Now, Spirit's not going to say to you, yes or no, it's the right decision. What they will do is show you a path of where this can take you from the decisions that you're making. So I start getting visions. I might see somebody else coming into your future. I might see nobody coming into your future and you just being on your own. And so what I have to do is, with the picture that I get in my head, have to connect in with your energy and work out how this picture fits into your life. And my readings are detailed. Like, I will get 4 pages. Because this is my full-time work, I can sit there and have a whole hour dedicated to your energy and write down everything. Now, when you just get a random prediction reading, which is out of curiosity, I see the weirdest stuff sometimes. Like, I might be focusing on you and I see stuff about relationships and money and health and, your basic stuff that most people, but then I get random visions. Like, I could see you sitting on a wagon getting towed by a horse. And at the time you're thinking, why the hell would I ever do that? And later in the future, 2 or 3 years down the track, you find yourself in that situation and you go, that's what she was seeing. Or I've had random things like seeing something very odd happening to somebody in a picture theatre. They've gone to the movies just to watch a movie and then the randomest thing happens to them. And I remember once telling my auntie years ago that she was going to be travelling to Italy, and then while she was standing in a street with her husband, suddenly this parade was going to go down the road, unexpected, and she ended up going to Italy on a holiday, and they walked out of a gift store and stopped, and this big parade of music went down the road, totally unplanned, didn't know it was coming. So, like, I might just say to somebody, you'll randomly see an elephant somewhere, or they are just visions that I get that I've just plucked out of the future, and may make absolutely no sense to you right now. Then later on they happen, and then you go, that's what it meant. So they're the kind of prediction readings that just for your curiosity, like, oh, I wonder if that's going to happen. But then there's the other people that, really need to know something and will ask a question because they are feeling desperate at the moment, or they're really reaching out for help and they just want to know that it's going to be okay. And I cover there's no topic I don't not say. The only thing I will not say is when somebody is going to die. So if somebody said to me, I'm concerned for my elderly parents, I can see, stuff that's going to happen. But if I actually see them passing, there is a way that spirit will give that information, but not directly, not just say, look, they're going to die. Well, of course they are, because everyone elderly is going to die anyway. But spirit do it in a very gentle way so that you might get information like there's money coming in. So rather than saying somebody's going to die, well, there's money coming in, which ends up coming in from an estate, so they'll do it sort of that way. One thing that is very, very difficult, we're not mind reading. Like, I am not mind reading you. You have 70,000 thoughts in a day. How could I possibly be mind reading you? And today you could be thinking one thing, and tomorrow you wake up and you changed your mind. And other people in your life are changing their mind. So this is especially with relationships. It's very hard. Someone might say, we've broken up. Will we get back together? There's a reason why you've broken up. You didn't just break up for, fun, or let's just see if we break up and then get back together. You break up because things are not working between you. And so a lot of the guidance that will come through in relationships is looking at you and why you have fear of abandonment, fear of rejection, fear of being alone, fear that you might not find somebody else. And so a lot of people, when they've been in love and something's happened and they've lost love, they want to know if they're going to have love again. Because if you sat there and said to yourself, no one's ever going to love me again, it can be so fearful to some people. So knowing that there's somebody else coming, even if you're not ready for it, just knowing that there's somebody else coming in the future is of comfort. It's giving you a sense of comfort. But I can't mind read what somebody is going to choose to do. So I can do, like, I've done things with court outcomes, a court case, and seen how things will have unfolded. I've actually been able to pinpoint something wrong with somebody's health when the doctors haven't. I'm not diagnosing, and I'm just getting information that can help steer somebody in a direction where they haven't been getting any help. So it's information that you use to help yourself. It's not all the answers, it's just to help. And so that's what goes on in my mind. I'm just plucking pictures. I'm just seeing pictures like a movie in my mind. And if I know absolutely nothing about you, it takes me a while to work out, how is this picture fitting into that woman's life? Could you imagine for a moment if you just saw random pictures of people in your mind and had to work out, how would that fit into their life? So this is what I've had to learn. This is a skill and a gift that I've had to learn over the years to be able to help people in the way that I do. So that's the way I work. If you are interested, www.VickyButtonPsychic.com. All the information is there. Readings are anywhere from 30 Australian dollars up to 100 Australian dollars. And if you live overseas, you get it a lot cheaper because of the exchange rate.